Damn.
This is good.
It sounds a little pallbearer-ish.
Yeah, like a modern rock pallbearer a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're still doomy. They're still fucking doomy. It's Hangman's Chair.
There's a lot of Hangman's bands.
Yeah.
Hangman's Joke.
Hangman's Nuts. Probably not a band, but should be.
Do you know there was a board game of Hangman that had fucking what's his face? The guy from the Thriller video.
Michael Jackson?
Vincent Price, the other one. God damn.
I was like, yeah, that's easy.
That's the guy's
King
name.
of Pop, man.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of the King of Evil. He's on the cover like wearing a fucking Undertaker's outfit. It's like a board game. My grandparents had it.
It's got to be kind of creepy.
Yeah, it really is. Board games back in the 70s were really weird.
Yeah, I guess. Would have been better if it was the dude from Blazing Saddles, the hangman from there.
Well, you're marketing a different game there
possibly get him in before next Thursday.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. That was... Blazing Saddles wouldn't work today.
Oh, God, no.
Mel Brooks would not work today.
Hollywood would melt the fuck down.
I think he'd barely get by with the producers.
Yeah.
Was he involved in the remake that had Broderick and Nathan Lane? He was involved in it?
Yeah, because he's like, that's his baby. So, yeah. And that's kind of what he did. He went over to really from Hollywood to fucking Broadway, for a lot of his shit nowadays.
I never watched the remake.
No. And I never watched the full length of the fucking producers to start with. So
Right. Yeah, that might be one of the Mel Brooks movies that I've seen bits and pieces of enough to like remember the whole movie, but I don't think I've ever seen the movie beginning to end.
There's only, and here's the thing: there are only a few Mel Brooks movies that are fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I mean, I got to say, Blazing Saddles obviously at the top because they pushed the limits as they were in the 70s. But you got to look at like Robin Hood Men in Tights, probably.
That's a great one.
Young Frankenstein.
That is a really great one.
Man, you get past those three, it starts getting a little tough.
Yeah. Mine, my favorite fucking Mel Brooks movie is probably History of the World Part 1.
Well, there's that one too. I overlooked. I was like, God, I know.
Madeline Kahn in that movie is amazing.
Madeline Kahn and every fucking. I mean, in Blazing Saddles when she played the the German chick,
right?
Madeline Kahn was fucking awesome,
Yeah.
And she was in Young Frankenstein as well, right?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, and then History of the World Part 1. Yeah, I mean, she was kind of Mel Brooks' go-to girl, which is fucking great because she was the right person for the job.
She was fucking beautiful. She could sing.
Yeah.
She could perform. Did you ever see Paper Moon with the O'Neills?
No, I didn't.
That has her in it as well. She's a romantic interest for the dad while they're off selling their Bibles on the road, And she's great in that. It's still a kind of a funny role, but it's a little more on the serious side because she's kind of like a bitch.
Oh, well.
But she plays a bitch really well.
Well, I always say, if you're going to do something, do it right,
Yeah. I was really bummed out to find out because, I found out about Madeline Kahn way along in my life, and it kind of bummed me out to find out she had died of, what was it?
It was a cancer, right?
Yeah. Like a lady part cancer, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was prostate cancer, actually.
No. Holy crap, really?
Breaking that myth. I believe in a flat earth, and women do have prostates.
Because maybe another one worth mentioning would then be Spaceballs, but that one...
I'd put Spaceballs in there, but it would be at the bottom of my list.
Very bottom, because it's a parody of everything that was happening at the time.
Yeah.
And you felt like it was a cash grab,
Right.
It's like, oh, this shit's hot right now. Let's put out a parody movie.
It was almost too cheesy. It has its moments.
Yeah.
Now, it has its moments of fucking brilliance.
But, man, you start getting after that. I hated silent movie. High Anxiety was horrible. To Be or Not to Be, and... Dracula Dead and Loving It. Not a fan.
That one was okay just because of Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
I liked Leslie Nielsen working with Mel Brooks. It was just the wrong movie.
But that was it. I mean, so Mel Brooks' legacy is really based on about 3 or 4 fucking movies.
Yeah.
But you'd think of him as a legend,
Fuck yeah, like a comedic icon.
But really, it's limited offerings is what that's based on, which I'm okay with. Hey, man, if you're fucking Randy Rhoads and you do what you do and you're only on a couple of records, hey, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're any less of a legend, you know?
Yeah. Man, Robin Hood Men in Tights was a great one.
A lot of people hated that one. It got kind of killed, by
it did
time,
not do well.
But man,
fiduciarily.
If you're looking for just some funny shit, that thing's got it's chock full of it. Great '90s reference humor.
And
all
Mel
the
Brooks ladies that have a boner for Carrie Ells. He's in the movie back in the '90s when the dude was still attractive and svelte.
Dave Chappelle before anybody really knew who he was.
Right, and Blinken is probably the show stealer of the whole movie.
Right.
Me.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is just amazing. I remember seeing him in a movie that came out like 1982. Was a Jekyll and Hyde spoof.
Right.
And he was the lead character. He played both Jekyll and Hyde, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
So I knew about him before I came out. I was like, God damn, he's going to be great in this, because I don't think he's done anything else.
Right.
This guy might sell cars in fucking Van Nuys. I don't know.
Remember that line from Dave Chappelle? Hey, Blinken, did you say, hey, Blinken? It's just, it's stupid little bits of humor like that, but it's throughout the entire fucking movie from front of,
It's a constant barrage of the shit,
yeah.
And that's what he does best.
Now, some of your more well-read lady folk are probably going to go, that movie? Really? Yeah, I know, but we're kind of dumb and we like that kind of humor. So,
yeah, I will still giggle at a fart.
If it's in a funny situation like I don't know, at a funeral. Or
I will laugh at an ill-placed toot.
Especially if it's like coming out of the casket.
And it'll be one of those like, ha, ha, ha.
That was suspicious.
Something's bad's going down.
Hey, so it's the Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast. Here we are on a Friday, as we always do, seemingly always.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say we're consistent. It's just the day can sometimes be.
Sometimes it might be a Thursday or an odd one on a Wednesday, but usually a Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we've only ever done one on a Saturday.
It's usually when we did like post fights.
Oh well, I'm not even talking about that. I mean, there was one
legit
occasion,
podcast. Yeah.
But other than that, it's been like 96 fucking episodes now.
96 right here.
That's 96 weeks of our throwing it all, giving our all.
Yeah, there's
mailing
like
it in,
probably a solid 70 hours of us talking on the internet.
God, who the fuck wants that?
I don't know, man. I want to
nightmare.
Go into like an immersion tank and just play every podcast beginning to end and see if it changes you as a human being.
Oh, I'm sure it would. For the worse.
Make you hate yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, make me hate myself
that
too.
Asshole.
It's like, God, I hate me so much.
Ugh. Come together once a week, talk about, and sometimes all three anymore. It's kind of more or less a blueprint and not really a roadmap. Talking about Mead, talking about metal, talking about MMA. How you freaks on this week?
How you getting on in this?
God, this month of September was going by in such a flash. I was like, God damn, we're going to be in October.
It started hot.
Yeah, the whole month, and it went by fast. Get into this week, somebody fucking hit the brakes. This week has made this entire goddamn thing just slow the fuck down.
Yeah, the whole, we started off September right and rode that wave for a good long while. But now, it's like back to life as normal,
I guess, but like I said, it was like coming off of the Austin trip and then kind of getting back and not giving a shit for a week. And that's always good. Yeah. And then like the week after that even, like, all right, that's fine. I started questioning a lot of things. And then here we get into the final week of September, though. Like I said, man, somebody hit the fucking brakes somewhere, because this week has felt like it has been longer than the other 3 weeks out of the month.
It's been tough, yeah.
God damn. It's, and October's not really poised to really, really blaze through either. And I'm not really trying to find a mad dash to the end of the year. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
It's just I want to get to the point where it's cool outside. I want to get to the point where I'm not running my fucking air conditioner all the time.
Right. Yeah, it's like we had a fucking day when it barely got out of the 50s.
It was like 53 degrees a couple of days ago. Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It was a perfect day to just sit and indulge in things you love.
Yeah, if that's what you have time to do. Or go to work. Either way.
Yeah, I had to work into that day, so I slept through half of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready for that kind of shit. I'm ready for kind of, like, goddamn, I got to throw a jacket on. I'm ready for that weather, because that weather usually brings about my more artistic fucking side.
Right.
It makes me a little more creative on the Mead side of the business, the music side of the business, and maybe even the MMA side of the business. Maybe.
Makes you want to fight a fool?
Maybe I'll fucking take a fool down.
That's right. Challenge is out there, folks. We're going to be at the Bingo Hall in Clovis tomorrow, picking fights with people in the parking lot.
Senior Center.
That's right, yeah. The Senior Center across the street.
We got a legit shot.
You ain't shit, Grandma. You ain't shit.
All right. So it is the Mead Metal MMA podcast. Hope all of you had a fucking week that went a little more smoothly than yours truly.
Hey, that kind of rhymed.
Maybe it might beg the question of, how's your week?
Well, nothing in comparison to probably stories I've had in the past couple of weeks. It was actually rather dull.
That's probably a good fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, really, and I'm not going to talk about it too much.
Because now that you're like getting subpoenaed
now the wheels are in motion, apparently, and my involvement isn't quite done. Let's just say I have to go down and have a chat at the courthouse about some events that happened at my place of business.
Which you can reference last week's podcast if you want to know what's up with that.
Oh, man. So, I mean, I can say this part because it has nothing to do with it. The guy said, well, I had to wait a goddamn hour to get the footage of the incident. You know, he wanted the surveillance footage for a 4-hour block, and we got some pretty decent cameras, so it took like an hour. And I offered him, like, hey, man, you want to, like, go, I don't know, do your job,
go
come back in an hour?
Enforce the law and come back?
Yeah. He just sat and,
that's good.
We hung out and chat.
Yeah.
And, God, I forgot where I was going with that. So, yeah.
But you wasted an hour of having to burn copies of security cameras. Did they serve you a warrant for that?
No, it was more just like asking me, because it's a preliminary examination.
Yeah, no, so, you need to make them work for it.
Do I need to make them want me? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with volunteering. Because he said, like, basically, if I do this, then I'll probably be done. I mean, I don't like that word probably.
Because that means your ass is going to be in court.
Yeah, and I mean, I really want to avoid that.
Right.
I want
who the fuck wants to go to court for anything?
Yeah.
Unless you're suing some fool and you got millions coming in.
Right. Yeah, you can go in with the hubris and ego knowing you're going to kick some ass. But I was told to be there Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., this last Wednesday.
At the courthouse? Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
And, of course, I just worked. So I was like, I'll be dog-ass tired, but if it starts at 9 and maybe we can get this done pretty quick, then I'll do it. I'm more than happy to go do it. I get there at 8:55, and dude's there, and he's like, well, man, we don't need you today. They got this guy in another jail.
So they didn't bring him down?
He's not here.
So you were there, but not the man of the hour.
Everybody that was asked to be there was there except for the man of the hour.
Christ almighty. That sounds like somebody fucking dropped the ball somewhere.
Yeah, well, now I got to just wait weeks. Now I just have in the back of my fucking mind, like, oh, check the mail. Oh, well, there's that paper saying I got to be there at this certain time.
Well, as long as they're mailing it to you, because when they start having somebody show up to hand you something, then that's when it's even worse. So
yeah, he said it'd be in the mail. But I don't want to be involved in it any more than I already have been.
Right.
I feel like that's enough.
Sure.
Just say, hey, this is what I said. I'll go in and say what I have to say, and then they can just use that.
Sure.
I don't know if it works that way or not, but I sure hope it does.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to court and have to testify against some prick.
Like I said, I don't think fucking anybody ever wants to go to court. Unless, like I said, unless you're getting a balls-deep settlement off of some rich old bastard and you're getting a couple $1 million coming in.
I bet there are people like that, too. They just, like, go into the courts and just sit in on all the cases.
They're called women, and they're called divorce cases. Whoops.
Hey-o.
Not to aggravate the 3% of ladies that listen to this.
That's right. Sorry to both of you. Outside of that, man, there's not been a whole lot. I've found out that my cat sleeps under my window at night.
Okay.
Which is kind of sweet and kind of strange for a cat to do.
Oh, I got 5 of the assholes to sleep under my house. What do you think of that?
Yeah, but this one does it out of love, not out of food.
Yeah, I know. Well, these cocksuckers are bribed. So, yeah.
Their love is bought. It's just really weird, you know. Like when I get off of work and I drive up to my house, those cats see that pickup coming in and they treat it like it's a big blue cat.
Sure.
You know,
because they're getting ready to get fed.
Yeah, that's a big.
So
big
your cats
aren't
bag. Exactly all the fucking further up the food chain than mine. So.
I think it's but it's a proper agreement because they are friendly and they get fed. Yeah, and I think that's fair.
Oh no, mine aren't friendly at all.
Yeah, yours are.
Hey, where's the food, fat ass?
Yours are National Geographic material type shit.
They're in their own feral little tribe. That's all it is.
What about you, Mike?
It's been okay. I don't know, it's been a weird week. I don't know if I fucking referenced it last week. Probably not, because I never talk about my health, or I try not to. Had a weird series of headaches that just wouldn't leave me alone last week. So I was taking fistfuls of fucking ibuprofen and fucking throwing down hillbilly schnapps, the
green death flavor of
NyQuil. Yeah, NyQuil. You know, it's a horrible drink mixer.
It does not mix well with rye, even.
Yeah, but yeah.
Gives it a great color, though.
NyQuil, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, everything, because I couldn't shake a headache, and it wouldn't leave me. So I'm on this shit for a solid, 3-4 days, or whatever, and then we have our normal epic weekend. I think my body is able to take what we can dish out on Fridays, Saturdays.
Yeah.
If I'm not fucking tinkering around with some other shit.
Yeah, that's legit, dude. Yeah, if you're fucking taking anything with acetaminophen in it.
And ibuprofen, apparently. So I ended up getting a weird, it felt like somebody's been giving me fucking rabbit punches all week. My fucking kidneys have been killing me. So, yeah. So I think it's a wise move that my body can handle one or the other. If I'm going to end up catching, some weird bullshit, headache thing that won't leave me alone, I just need to not drink and do whatever I got to do with the NyQuil or whatever.
Yeah.
No headaches? Cool. Let's not take any of that shit, and let's just drink beer.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. But, yeah, trying to do both at one time, it's crossing the streams, as they would say in Ghostbusters. You just can't do it.
People were doing it for years, man.
Yeah.
Back in the day before any of us realized the correlation
life
between
expectancy was 64 for dudes, too, and that wasn't that long ago.
This revelation, it's gone up 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Modern medicine, keeping people alive longer. And a lot of it has to do with basically people self-medicating some shit. So
yeah, well,
anyway, but
until I'm 100.
I think I'm kind of back to normal to some degree. I think the last day I took ibuprofen was probably fucking Sunday. So I think I got that shit maybe out of my system. That it is. That shit will fucking kill you.
Sure. Well, dude, my grandfather, he fucking the main thing I think what started his problem. Because he'd spent some time in the pokey, so he got some tattoos in the pokey.
Right.
Which is a pretty good way to get the hep.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But my grandfather had an autoimmune hepatitis, which, is a kind of a different creature altogether than hep A, B, or C.
Sure.
But he would take an Aleve a day. Every day for probably, I would say, a solid 2 years.
Oh, wow. See, well, because way back when, they would say to do the same thing with aspirin. But aspirin's a different deal. Aspirin will kind of tear up your guts, but other than that, it's a fucking positive thing.
And they have low-dose aspirin.
Right, absolutely. But, but that's the whole thing. You get a certain generation, and they come along well, that's what I did with aspirin. This is the same shit, so,
Yeah. But that fucking Aleve, man, if you take it when you don't need it, because my grandfather just took it. He didn't take it because he needed it. He took it because he felt this is going to stave off that backache I'm going to have later in the day,
Right.
That'll fuck your shit up bad.
Oh, yeah. Because Aleve has got, it's the other one.
Naproxen sodium, I think.
Yeah. But it's all the same fucking thing. They all destroy your liver and kidneys.
Right. And fucking when those go, you go.
And, I'm good on destroying it on my own pace, So,
yeah, ditto.
Yeah. So other than that, that's been about it. Nothing too fucking wild and crazy this week. Like I said, I've been buttoned down at work for fucking ever, it seems like. So
might be having a wild and crazy one tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Potentially.
A certain Mexican man who's been to Austin twice since we've been to Austin.
Well, he's been more recent than we have, which is crazy because we were just there 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. This dude just came back last Monday, I think.
Yeah, so Ruben will be out later. He won't be on the podcast, unfortunately, I guess. But
he was mid-thrust at some business, I think.
Yeah, called Taco Bell. No, I'm fucking around. I just because we love Ruben. That's why.
Oh goddamn! I'm gonna clip that, and that's gonna be my ringtone.
But Ruben's gonna be down to hang out tonight. We might throw down some jams later or whatever. Upside of some things that I think are still lingering from kind of that musical fucking journey that we took in fucking Austin. Some of my approach to music has been very, very different. I think I went into this a little bit last week too, but I'm playing a lot more guitar than I ever did.
Yeah, it lit the fire again.
Yeah, it did. I started hitting this fucking just a period where I felt I'd hit a wall and couldn't really progress.
No drive?
No, not really. And I mean, I'd look and I'd go, God, well, okay, I have to go turn the amp on, let it warm up a little bit, plug some shit in. Who's got time for that? Which, frankly,
I got video games to play, motherfuckers.
Not even that. I mean, I'd had life sucked out of me.
Just like life sludge.
I'd sit around, somebody listen like fucking Joe Walsh and just sit on my ass.
Damn, Joe Walsh.
Just sit on my ass. Do nothing. Yeah, it was like that kind of shit. So finally, I was able to shake that off, after our trip to the fucking hinterlands.
Right.
Shake that off, and I'm a lot more inspired. And not even so much that I just noodle more, although I do, but I'm actually like with an ear to trying to find the things that work right for my fucking playing style. It's a very fucking different effort altogether from what I used to do from the standpoint musicality of working on some of our original shit, Yeah. But I've got a distinct influence that's in there direct from Jerry Cantrell now.
And bringing everything down a half step kind of gave everything a different edge.
Yeah, kind of. I wouldn't oversell it for what it is, but it's just moving our tuning down from straight tuning a half step down.
Right.
Just like they do. So that way it's easier for us, easier for me to track what's going on if there's a fucking lick that I'm trying to learn. But it also helps out to a major degree. I mean, we'd always bang out Nutshell. I mean, that's kind of like the cover that we always go to.
Yeah, that's the easiest one to go to.
But you're able to actually like really own the range now. And it's only a half step.
It brings it right at the peak of my range. I can find because in the version we have online, I have to bring it down a whole octave because it's just beyond me in normal tuning.
Yeah,
bringing it down a half step, I'm finally able to get the high part of the chorus.
A lot of bands were doing that shit in the 80s and into the 90s as well, kind of. But I've always been just on straight tuning because it's easier for my board, because I'd be using my Boss board that I'd have and everything else, and that's only set up for straight tuning. You can't make any adjustments otherwise. Well, I take that back. Actually, you can, but god damn it, it's a pain in the ass. But because you have to recalibrate some shit.
Yeah.
So I've never been an advocate of that. I've been more into like drop D and shit like that.
Yeah, drop D is an easy transition to make, though.
But for different tunings and actually a G sharp actually is also an interesting kind of fucking open tuning. But man, I will say this though: if you're just looking for ease of operation, you're trying to cover some shit, especially anything out of the grunge era.
Bring it down.
Go ahead and drop that shit down.
Yeah.
Drop it down, fucking E flat, whatever, F sharp, whatever you want to call it, or not D sharp. It's easier, and the fucking vocal range opened up for you in a big way by just a half step.
Yeah, and God, you imagine putting that in drop D, you'd almost have like a doom metal fucking sound with that.
You would,
Yeah.
A lot of and there are alternate tunings that a lot of fucking doom bands utilize that is kind of open. It's like a drop D, but they drop another one yet.
It's like a full step, I think.
Yeah, but actually, talking about it, as far as the tuning goes, alternate tuning, they really, really kind of shift some things around. So you're getting the most bottom end out of your fucking guitar, you know. And bass players do it. You can fucking hear them fretting out and shit like that when they drop down that low.
Gosh.
I don't know. Other than that, we were talking about last Saturday just being a big fucking just throwing down some shit.
Yeah, we just like jammed music. It wasn't with no rhyme or reason.
Right.
Well, when you've been drinking, because after we finished all the beer,
which was a substantial amount, by the way.
We finished. Did we finish the 15-year?
You mean the
Glenlivet that you broke out?
Did we? I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you broke that out at the end after we had fucking polished off a bottle of long ships.
Yeah. And then but the Basil Hayden.
Was it the Basil Hayden?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the Glenlivet's been gone for a while, but yeah.
Okay. I can't remember which weekend we drank the Glenlivet.
Well, that was where I was going, though, is that we did actually break out the long ships after we'd consumed several beers and finish that bad boy off. That stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, is fucking every bit as good as any batch of long ships we've ever done.
Sure.
I mean, that's the real Viking beverage we make. If you're trying to find the right one that probably tastes period accurate, that one's the one.
Yeah, because it has the oak fucking aging, even though without having it be an oak barrel for 5 years.
Right.
And at first I was worried it was going to be a little too strong, because it was pretty goddamn woody.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
But man, after the process was done and we cracked that bottle last Saturday. Whew.
Yeah,
that's a close damn favorite of mine. This is probably my favorite run of long ships we've done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's got a lot more junk in the bottle, but that's because of the fact that I did kind of walk a kind of a close line. I towed the line on how long I should be leaving that fucking oak in for.
Yeah, our bottles will never win for clarity, but they will win for fucking quality and flavor, I think.
No, absolutely.
You know, you put Troublemaker and fucking long ships in a festival, I think we're coming away with something.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There are festivals that are out there. It's just a matter of we usually have to mail off like several fucking bottles, and I'm not a big fan of give it away shit. So.
That's right. Be like, hey, a little something on the back end for us if you don't mind.
Maybe a little, something, for the effort.
Gunga galunga.
And we have the boutique batch underway we've been talking about for a while now. It's actually we started that batch 5 weeks ago, coming up tomorrow. As a result, we're going to be racking it tomorrow.
Goddamn.
Yeah. We're going to be racking it tomorrow. We added the one of the flavoring agents, which I think I already revealed.
We added the guy.
I was like, hold on. Did we already mention? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have actually already mentioned
I think you mentioned what we've put in there yesterday, but I don't think you've mentioned what else we're going to
Right. So we added green chili yesterday, direct out of the fucking garden.
Yeah, fucking A, man. I've never smelled a fresh green chili cut up like that.
Yeah, man.
I've never had the pleasure.
Whew,
I always get to them when they're roasted.
Yeah. That's it. It's fresh green chili, and that's what we put in there.
That is going to give this a different flavor already compared to Green Man.
Yeah.
Because Green Man, that's already like roasted green chili.
You get a smoky fucking flavor to it. This one's not going to have any smoke to it.
It's going to have the sweetness of the chili.
It's going to have a very bright note rather than kind of a subdued smoky one.
And it's going to be a little warm. A little warm.
Probably still going to consider whether or not to do a triacid blend. Maybe I've got to kind of really research some things on that, because we are going to actually put another fruit in there besides the green chili.
There's secret number one.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've just got to kind of do, if not that, pectic enzyme will certainly do the other one to help bring out the flavors.
And make sure all the sugar is fucking dead.
It really does. It brings out the flavors of the fruit that you have in. Pectin is very good at that. That's actually a thing that translates the sugars in the fruits to the fucking tongue. So that's what pectin does. Pectin's in like all jams and jellies. I mean, that's the thing that does it. It leaches out flavor. Well, that's the same thing we're looking to do. I'd rather not have fucking 10 pounds of the other ingredient going in,
right?
Which is potatoes, by the way.
It's going to be delicious. Cream cheese goes in a week before bottling.
But anyway, it is, it brings out the flavor, so you don't have to utilize as much of your fresh product.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen pectin in a lot of shit. I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, I mean, and we've utilized pectin enzyme before.
Well, that's why you're the Mead Hefe and I'm not.
Yeah, well, it's.
I'm the QA and I'm the heavy lifting.
No, I'm the weird fucking Dr. Frankenstein who will have pitchforks and torches outside my house.
I'm Igor.
But anyway, that's that for this week on that, and we've already discussed metal, so MMA.
Outside there's.
I'm trying to wormhole your ass in this because we usually like it's time to talk about this. I'm actually melding it all this week.
No, because I've been trying to remember to talk about something that I forgot to talk about last week. There was a concert in Lubbock, Texas.
Last night.
Now there was a concert in Lubbock, Texas last night that I'm sure a lot of people went to. and that's the Robert Plant show.
Yeah, which might have sold out day of show when they dropped ticket prices way down.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were a lot of giveaways.
And when the radio station was going, we got to what 50 tickets? Okay.
Like, God damn, all right, we'll just go outside and give these away.
Yeah.
But there was another, what used to be a really big band coming down to Lubbock to do a little rock show.
Oh, right.
And I was initially pretty stoked about it because I was like, hey, man, I got to see Alice in Chains, and maybe I'll want to go see Stone Temple Pilots in Lubbock, Texas. It was a good idea in theory, apparently. The show never happened because nobody wanted to pay money to go see Stone Temple Pilots in Lubbock, Texas. And we talked about this a couple days ago, actually last Saturday, after I remembered that I forgot to mention it on last Friday's podcast. The fact that Alice in Chains can go to Austin. Granted, Austin is a musical hub, a far bigger opportunity to fucking bring in a crowd.
Right.
Even if your band's niche.
Here's your beer, son.
Thank you, my good man. But Alice in Chains would also do the same thing in Lubbock. They would sell out whatever. If they went to Jake's in Lubbock, they would sell that motherfucker out in a heartbeat.
Those dudes wouldn't go to Jake's, but yeah.
And their frontman's dead. In the hearts of many, many fucking fans.
But therein lies the difference, though, is that STP, it's the DeLeo brothers. It's their band.
Yeah,
they do what the fuck they
DeLeo
want.
Show.
Right? And nobody cares. People cared when Scott Weiland was fucking doing his thing in front of them. And a lot of people threw a fit when they hired Chester, and I get it.
I kind of liked it. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, because he didn't try to be Scott Weiland. He's trying to be Chester Bennington.
He was Chester singing Scott's songs.
And people still kind of like that. The problem is then, so what STP did, they go out and they get a fucking Scott Weiland clone.
Yeah. But
a guy that's not on the heroin.
Yeah, not on the schmicky
he's not on the horse,
Oh my God. And you listen, they still have a fucking single that's on the radio all the fucking time about just partying and having fun in the sun or whatever the fuck. And it's, oh my God. It is, just like you said, it's the brothers' gig now. And no one wants to pay $20. $20!
Oh my God, really?
To go see him.
No, well, I saw him in 1996 in Amarillo. And the main reason I wanted to see him because I wanted to hear Scott Weiland fucking bang out the shit to Purple.
And that was a perfect time to go, 96?
Yeah.
That was probably right when the creature began to have its grasp, you know?
No, I mean,
but not bad enough to influence his play or his ability.
I mean, my favorite concert I've ever been to was that one. But it wasn't because of fucking Rob and Dean. It was because of fucking Scott.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, with him in it, you appreciate the whole band.
Because that is the band that you recognize as Stone Temple Pilots. Hey, Scott Weiland's dead. What do? You just fold up? No, you don't. If you take a page out of the book, out of, what Alice in Chains is doing, you maybe bring in somebody, but they've got their own style.
Yeah.
They brought it. They fucking have somebody that sounds like he won off of fucking American Idol because he sounded like Scott Weiland.
Yeah, he sounds like a lead singer that won a contest. Like a radio contest to be the frontman STP.
That's exactly right. And that's what I have a problem with.
And William Duvall seems like a fucking guy that, while he's not Lane Staley in any way, his fucking style meshes perfectly.
He added something to the band.
He made the band
STP brought in a plastic Scott. You know?
And no one wanted to pay to go see him.
And I don't blame them.
Me neither.
Man, if it's on a weeknight in Lubbock and it's $20 to see what STP is now, dude, I
don't know if it was at Jake's or if it was going to be at the Pavilion, I think maybe. Might have been at the Pavilion.
Man, but I appreciate the playing style. Rob DeLeo, I always thought had a really cool, because he has a cool fucking jazz kind of a thing that really creates some of the crazy sounds that you hear, the really off sounding notes and shit like that. It's because of his background, and I appreciate that, but he was not the fucking guy I was going to go see STP. To me, I'm not going to say the band's dead to me, but man, figure something out. Bringing in Chester, I thought was a great idea because Chester was still Chester. You bring in the guy they got now, dude. That's you're basically just filling a
Well,
slot.
who wants the job? They're probably going to die.
Well,
STP kills bitches.
well, yeah, either and generally by their own hand, whether it's slow or fast.
Yeah.
You know.
Some kind of shitty news in metal. I'm kind of a fan of Machine Head these days. I used to be a big fan of Machine Head when I was in high school. Phil Demmel and Dave McClain, the
Yippee-ki-yay.
drummer.
Oh, no, that's John McClane. Never
the
mind.
drummer and the guitarist, and they've been in that band a long time. They're after this last tour, they're fucking off. And it was also thought that maybe the bass player would be bailing as well, which would just leave Rob Flynn in the band.
A one-man band, kind of like Agalok.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, here's the thing. He's basically said, we've grown apart as people. Musically, we've grown apart. I have held on to the reins too tightly of this band, and I have suffocated these guys.
Oh, wow.
He takes complete ownership for pushing these guys out of the band.
God, you fucking never hear that.
No. But basically, and then after it's over, Rob Flynn's like, I'm going to take off some time to find myself. So these might be the last dying days of Machine Head.
It's like the opposite of Agalok then.
Yeah, he took
Agalok
ownership for it,
blamed everybody else in the band and folded it. This guy takes responsibility, and it is what it is.
Yeah, he's taking ownership for it, but the band still may die.
Yeah.
Which is kind of okay, I think.
Hey, but all things must come to an end, man.
And I think they do fine doing other shit. Machine Head hadn't been super awesome since like 2004. In other music-related news, American radio DJ Dewey Phillips died of a heart failure at this day in 1968. I don't know who Dewey Phillips is.
I was like, is that the guy from Walk the Line or whatever?
He was the first DJ to play the young Elvis Presley's debut record, That's All Right, Blue Moon of Kentucky.
Okay.
Let's see.
My dog is eating a fucking coffee bean, if you believe that shit.
I believe that shit. Stevie Wonder released Songs in the Key of Life today, 1976. Miles Davis died today, 1991.
Maybe the most overrated jazz guy, but the most underrated musician of all time.
Apparently was a real son of a bitch, too.
Yeah, but man, you start talking to jazz guys and fucking they start acting like they're in church when you start talking about Miles Davis. And Miles Davis had as talented as he was as a musician, he was a fucking horrible human being.
Isn't the same said about Merle Haggard?
Really?
It's either Merle or Waylon. One of them was a right son of a bitch, like just an asshole.
Wow, maybe he's.
I could be totally wrong.
Both,
yeah. Let's see what else. GNR put out a Use Your Illusion double album. Today in '91.
Gibson is putting out another limited edition release of Slash's fucking Les Paul.
Really?
And Tobacco Burst is like a 1958 Les Paul copy is what it is. They're making 150 of them.
Oh, so they can sell them for $8,000 a piece?
More than that, my friend.
Really?
$13,000.
Oh my God!
To play a guitar that Slash basically designed, but it's a copy of other shit, and it's certainly not unique.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that is bullshit.
If you're trying to figure out why Gibson is struggling financially as a company, there it is.
God damn, that is maddening.
I don't mind Gibson's price points so much. You can get a studio for $1,200.
Yeah, I mean, if you're shopping for thrift rather than notoriety and fucking label.
Right. I mean, on their social media, there's all these assholes like, I can get a great fucking plug in whatever cheap shit's out there for $600 and riff. Yeah, well, do that. But when you decide to become a serious musician, go buy a fucking Gibson.
Yeah.
But that shit's nonsense. That's fucking nonsense.
$13,000 for a guitar is fucking
Slash.
ridiculous.
What? Fuck. 20 years ago.
Slash ain't worth that
20
anymore,
years
man.
ago, that makes sense. Right now, in 2018?
God damn, that makes my stomach hurt.
You should. Should make your fucking rectum kind of fucking pull a little bit of wood out of the chair you're sitting on. It's just...
Damn.
It
just makes me think of everything else I could do with $13,000.
It's eye-wateringly fucking stupid.
God.
Is what it is. Look, man, if you want to drop $8,000 on a guitar, you can find one that's fucking 50 times better than that fucking Gibson right there.
And like I said, Slash is not really that valuable anymore, is he?
No.
Are people going to buy this guitar?
But I don't know. 150 of them being made. You'll find 150 dummies. Sure.
That's true. Rich dummies.
Yeah, absolutely. People
Rich
more fucking
dummies.
money than sense.
And that's the thing, man. The two buddies I knew back in college days, they took out student loans to buy Paul Reed Smiths, to buy a fucking...
I mean, that's an investment, though.
Yeah, but you're using a shitty way to get the money.
You're financing it
financing it wrong.
A little bit unscrupulously, but yeah.
Like he got a fucking $3,000 PRS. He got a $4,000 Gibson Les Paul.
Right.
You know, not low end shit. He even got like a $900 Ovation.
I mean, that shit's all investment, though. Look, now you hit the bricks. You're fucking going to be able to. The resale is going to be about what you fucking paid. Yeah. So, I mean,
funny thing is, though, his brother, who's also like he's more of the shredder brother than the other brother. Other brother's a little more of like a Smashing Pumpkins classical guitar kind of guy, where this brother, the long-haired, blonde-haired guy, he's more your thrasher.
Right.
Like he'd be in his room with his fucking Yamaha or not a Yamaha, his Ibanez.
Right.
Jamming out fucking dime bag riffs and like solo work riffs and shit.
If that's who you are, that's cool because you're going to benefit in a lot of ways because you can get a top end fucking guitar for what you're wanting to do for $600.
Yep. I think that's what he paid for that Ibanez.
You know, and it's gonna be the neck that gives you the speed and everything else. You're not going to be you're not going to be taken seriously among real fucking guitar players.
Yeah.
I mean,
why is that?
Unless you're because if your crowd is just nothing but shredders, you'll be fine. But the thing is because I hate to say it, being a musician is being part of a fucking weird fraternity where really you are kind of judged on your gear. People say, no, you can buy an Epiphone, son. You know how to play. That's all that fucking matters. That's not what matters. What matters is what your gear is. With exceptions, because if you're under the age of fucking 25 and you're fucking cranking on a PRS, it's fucking $6,500. Well, everybody's going to go, well, fuck this guy because we know where his shit came from. You know, yeah, but you're expected as a musician, a seasoned musician, to have a reasonably good axe, which is not an Ibanez. It's going to be a fucking an American-made Fender, a Gibson, PRS is always fine. Even your high-end Gretsch. ESPs, yes, but they have to be the high-end ESPs because the ESP has also got some pretty low-end line. That's fine. Let's not forget PRS put out the SE models in order to keep the lower fucking money into it. It's like, hey, I got a PRS. Yeah, I know, but you paid fucking $700. So, don't.
So, no, you don't.
Yeah, you kind of do. It's got the PRS on the headstock. I can see that. But top end shit. You're expected to have a reasonably good instrument. That's the thing.
That's really weird to me, though.
Yeah,
because of the word like real musician. Use the words real musician.
People that make their craft at music. Now, I'm not talking about people I fall in the hobby category. I'm not a fucking
right. No, I dig that. But I mean, like, the cockheads in fucking Dragon Force, they play Ibanez.
Yeah. Because that's what they do. They shred, and that's all they do. If you're in a round of shredders, everybody's going to have a fucking Ibanez.
Well, the folks in Dragon Force aren't really going to be playing at a blues band, I don't think.
Right. But, I mean, that's the whole thing is what you want. If that's all you're doing is shredding, fucking more power to you. But we also know that fucking Surfing with the Alien dude.
Satriani?
Fucking plays a fucking Strat. Now, granted, that's a high fucking end Strat. Yeah. But look at what he's doing with that.
And I think Vi plays Ibanez.
Yeah.
With the handle in it, right?
Well, whoever has the fucking most money is who Steve Vai fucking plays for. That guy's...
I think it was Ibanez last to check.
That guy is the epitome of a fucking hired gun.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
But that's the whole thing. And people play fucking high-end Fenders, people play high-end Gibson, people play whatever it is. But that's the whole thing. If you're expected to be taken seriously... and you're not a shredder, and that's the only thing you're doing. Look, I'm not banging those folks at all.
Right.
If that's what you do that. Don't go out and buy a goddamn fucking jackhammer if you can get the job done with a fucking chisel and a fucking little mallet.
Right.
But the thing is, though, if you're to be taken seriously, you're expected to be taking your art seriously. Therefore, you're expected to put some thought and purchase into the thing that embodies who you are.
So outside of like thrash metal in the thrash metal realm, you're cool to play like BC Rich and fucking Ibanez.
You're expected.
It's almost you're almost meant to. Or if you're from Sweden or Norway, you're probably going to be playing Ibanez.
Yeah, take that, dicks. Yeah,
but around here, if you show up to like a proper rock show and you're playing a goddamn like a fucking $600 Flying V Jackson ripoff, you're probably going to get laughed out of the building by your peers.
No, I mean, if you're playing the fuck out of it, and yeah, sure, more power to you.
If you're a proper sound nerd, you can probably take a shitty guitar and make it sound great.
Yes, yeah, you can. But the thing is that what I'm really getting after, without trying to shit on people, is that you have to have an instrument that is versatile. Yeah. That you're able to go, are we playing blues now? Oh, cool. Are we playing this rock lick now? Okay, cool. We playing this metal shit right now? Cool. I can cover all my bases with this shit.
Yeah.
Now the neck's a little bit fucking slower than than your Ibanez or your Charvel or Jackson or whatever. So therefore you can't shred as fast.
But you're putting out power.
But what it is, it comes down to versatility, I guess. And if you're going to... Yeah,
bitch!
Got a little gnat problem in
there. That wasn't a fucking gnat. That was a mosquito, good sir.
Well, there are those.
I got him. Killed him with my bare fucking clericy hands.
There you go. Good man. But like I said, man, I'm not trying to shit on anybody. But if you are a musician who considers yourself a person who... If you identify what you do as a craft... You have to have a fucking instrument that holds its own, or at least is above reproach, I will say.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Sure, I could go out and buy a goddamn Squire, and fucking run around with that and go, hey, how you guys doing? But I'm going to be... Every asshole, I don't care how well I play a Squire, every asshole is going to go, that's a $200 guitar. I'm like, yeah, well,
Oh, before I forget, you fucking turned me on to this really cool fucking Tenacious D was hanging out at South Austin Music the other day.
South Austin Music, one of our sponsors, whether they know it or not.
That's right. Thank you very much, South Austin Music, for the beanie and the hat.
Indeed.
Next time I'm there, I might buy a guitar.
Man, I had my fingers crossed that they did not have a certain fucking guild that I was looking for. Oh, my God.
You're looking for that 12,
if they had a
right?
guild 12-string, I'd have been whipping out the plastic that day. And thank God they fucking did. They had the 6-string equivalent, but I was like, all right, I'm good right now.
You got a 6-string, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to upgrade that eventually, but not right now. But, yeah.
If that Gibson Explorer had come with a hard shell case... I might have.
Oh, was this a gig bag or what?
It didn't come with anything.
Here's a cardboard box. Son.
Yeah, here's a strap. Put it on your back, boy.
God damn, man.
Yeah, nothing came with it. And it was a pretty well-used Explorer. I mean, it was chipped around the body,
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of the shit
but
that
it
gives
was
it
a classic Explorer, too.
It gives it a story.
And it was like $1,100.
Right.
I was like, shit. If it was $900 and came with a fucking hard shell case, probably would have picked it up. Because I've always wanted an Explorer. It was just a flat black. I loved it.
Right.
Nothing fancy. Either a black one or a white one like Hetfield had during the Injustice for All tour.
You've already got a white guitar.
I know. Yeah, and they got to have a black one now.
I was looking at a G&L last week and sent a copy over to Skyhawk and sent a copy, the link over to my brother Daryl, and he's like, oh, yeah. Said, so blue? Well, I already own one blue guitar, so probably not.
Is that the thing? If you already have one color of a guitar,
well, why would you? Yeah,
that's true. I dig that.
I mean, the exception being if you're like a guy that's only into black guitars or a guy that's only into fucking like white or cream guitars. But yeah, blue's a little off the path. So
right, that particular color combination, like that blue and that tan cream color kind of thing you got going there. There's no need to redo it. You got one, it's perfect.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I will one day have a G&L fucking Skyhawk. It's just not going to be this day. That's all.
Yeah, it's a good fucking dream to have. Well, I guess we should move on to Mama, unless you got a...
we're going to headline the final one then.
Because we have
not identified. It's been a constant stream of consciousness through Mead and metal.
It has, but I got to admit, my throat started hurting.
Oh. No.
I feel like I've been talking all day.
Yeah. I don't know. Goddamn, how long? Oh, we have been going a while. Well, there is no MMA, so we're in good shape there, right?
Yeah, outside of... It's the same shit,
John Jones is apparently saying he'd like to face Gustafson at the light heavyweight, but
I do have...
I don't see... Gustafson's got some other shit going on, so...
John Jones, who potentially might be... I don't know if he'd be a great shit talker with everybody else he fights, but he's a great shit talker with Daniel Cormier.
he owns Daniel Cormier. He's in Cormier's head and has been ever since the first time he beat him.
Since there's really not a lot of MMA shit going on, if you'll humor me in this.
Indulge you with this,
Indulge me, good sir. I would like to read what he said to Daniel Cormier when Cormier talked shit to him about the USADA deal.
Okay.
You mad, bro? USADA keeps calling, but you're not going to pick up the phone because the second you hear them say I'm innocent is the instant the illusion you've created shatters. Then it's all real again, and that's not a step you're willing to take. Instead, you wrap yourself in your fake belt and keep telling yourself the shin that slammed into your face and the performance that buried you once again was enhanced. The fact that you can't beat me kills you, and it stops you from picking up that phone. If you answer it, then the nightmare becomes reality. Then again, maybe you do pick up. Accept the truth that you were defeated by a superior fighter, and that gives you peace. Or it goes another way, and you get motivated to try a third time, and that will save me the hassle of having to dig you up before I bury you. God damn. So now that the illusion you built is crumbling, and the violation was not intended, nor could it have enhanced the athlete's performance, you still have to tell yourself something, yeah? And while there was absolutely no intention to use prohibited substances, it was my intention to kick your ass once again. Mission accomplished. Pick up the phone.
Dude, he fucking owns Daniel Cormier. And Cormier is trying to paint and construct a fucking picture. He's got Joe Rogan, all these other people on his nuts, calling him, hey, champ. You know who champ is?
Anik does it more, though.
Yeah.
Anik is on Cormier's balls like ridiculous.
But if we're going to go ahead and talk about champ, well, that's GSP. Clearly, it's Conor McGregor. Clearly, it's a whole lot of other fighters. They're acting like, and they're trying to sell it to the American public because apparently they assume that fight fans are a bunch of dummies, that fucking that Daniel Cormier is the first and only guy that's ever held two belts at one time, and he's done the impossible. Fuck that. He just basically repeated somebody else's skills.
Yeah.
Or achievements.
He has lost that belt twice.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Well, he's lost that. Well, no, not technically twice. He's certainly lost it once.
Well,
but he's been beaten by John Jones twice.
John Jones owns Daniel Cormier.
He has a fucking condominium in Daniel Cormier's mind right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't see that.
And that's
fight.
The only guy that John Jones really needs to fight.
Yeah.
Maybe
Gus.
If the UFC is going to do what they've done for everybody else, where fucking apparently, if your fucking name is fucking Cruz, Dominic Cruz, you're allowed to walk in and get a title shot every time you fucking come off the fucking DL.
Yeah.
If you're Daniel Cormier, you get an immediate title shot whenever you feel like one. Okay, let's narrow it down. If you're a fucking talking head, except Ian Edwards, on fucking Fox, you get an immediate title shot no matter who you are, which is bullshit.
Yeah,
so John Jones, though, that guy's the best fighter that's ever lived, in my mind. And I could be wrong. I think he's the best fighter that has ever fucking lived. And owns Daniel Cormier, who owns two belts, the chump.
Yeah, I'd say top to bottom. I'd put him certainly top three, but he may very well be the best.
I really think he's number one, dude. I really do. Whichever era. The fucking era, like, 10 years ago when he was coming up?
Yeah.
Shit. He was a murderer then. He was a murderer 5 years ago, and he's a murderer now.
The only thing, and thank the gods, he didn't have to fight Rumble Johnson.
Yeah. That's the fight we really wanted to see.
That was a fight that should have happened.
Yeah.
And Jones went down with injury. And then Rumble just went back to fucking murdering people.
Yeah.
Until he got Cormier and then decided, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I ain't bitter about that at all.
Which is still, I don't know. The conspiracy theorist in me thinks that that's kind of a setup, that fucking two fights, Rumble crumbled both fights. I mean, he threw everything he had at him in the first round of the first fight.
He got gas. He tried to take his head off and landed some good shots, but ended up gassing out, and Cormier just dominated him.
Yeah.
That second fight, he gave no fucks at all.
And he even said, unfortunately, that he was there for the check.
Yeah. He fought, if you ever go watch a Bob Sapp fight from the past, 15 fucking years, this guy is not in it. If he can get a lucky punch and knock your block off, yeah, he'll do it. Outside of that, that dude's there to get paid.
Yeah.
And he flat out admits it. He's not in there to get a head fucking injury every time he goes in. He's there to pick up a check.
Yeah. Man, that's a fucking fact. But
yeah.
Well.
I love my sport, dude, but I got to admit, I'm still a little worried. I mean, Conor can't fight every month.
Yeah. No, that's right.
You know?
But that's what we're going to see. Next week is going to be a big one. We may want to consider next week of doing a 97 and a 97.5.
Yeah.
We might want to do a Thursday where we talk about meat and metal, and a Friday where we talk about MMA.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll figure out if it warrants that or not. I don't know. I don't want to make some people go, well, fuck this. I'm out.
We're not trying to
I'm out,
oversaturate the market here. But next week is probably the biggest week we've had in MMA since the triple title fight card of 217.
Which remains in my mind the biggest ever. Dana White's selling, it's like, this is the biggest fight ever in UFC. Well, fuck you. You say that every goddamn time you have one of your biggest fucking stars out there.
But the Khabib-McGregor fight legitimately is.
The biggest fight ever?
I would say so. As far as what the implication and as far as the money it's going to make, absolutely.
I maintain, actually, I don't even think it's the biggest McGregor fight ever. I think McGregor-Aldo was the biggest fucking fight ever. Aldo he had owned a fucking division since it was started and had never been beaten. And McGregor finished him in fucking, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, but I can't consider fights that last 13 seconds the best fights of all time.
But the fight on paper. I'm talking about the fight on paper.
Fight on paper, biggest fight all time. I say it had the biggest buildup. 205 didn't have the same buildup. The second Diaz-McGregor fight had some pretty big buildup.
Had a lot of big buildup to it. Because the assumption was going to be, well, Nate Diaz is going to do the same thing and take it down.
That's what I thought. That's honestly what I thought.
Yeah. Which actually kind of maybe is good news for Conor and Conor fans, is because Conor was able to keep from getting taken down by fucking Nate. And Nate's a guy, maybe not as persistent as fucking Khabib.
Yeah, but
Nate's
can certainly.
But Nate's bigger, and that fight was a fucking 170.
And you won't be able to get him off yet. That's the thing. If he gets you down on the ground, he's going to stay on you.
Ask Edson Barboza.
Right.
Oh, man. Hey, well, we don't want to run way over an hour, so...
no, fuck that, man. I think we've gotten our spirits expunged.
A little bit. A little bit.
God damn. Just feels like it's been a long... I was about to start singing.
Trudge.
I was about to start singing Counting Crows. Long December.
Yeah, you don't have enough dreads for that.
No, I don't. I'm gonna wait for the beard to get long enough. I'll
beard
throw the
is
dreads
starting
in
to get there, yeah.
Yeah, shit.
God
well,
damn,
let's go for a
fucking get there too. Huh?
Get a little on that bush.
The so anyway, music for the week. Check out 3 bands: Electric Citizen, Hangman's Share. Although you're gonna have to buy it because we've only got one single up right now. And All Them Witches, which is
that's my fucking music pick for the week.
Yeah, a real what'd you call it earlier? Blues Doom?
Blues Doom, yeah.
Yeah. Harvest Feast, off of their record that's out today, All Them Witches. And, fuck it, man. Let's go bowling.
Yeah, let's go get a pizza, get some road beers, and chill the fuck out.
Anyway, I hope you savages have a good weekend. We'll check in next week. Don't do anything Brandon wouldn't do.
I'm going to get drunk enough to where I don't remember stuff.
Oh, wait. Goddamn. Picks.
Damn it.
Slow it down. Shut it down.
That's all right. That's good background music for the picks.
Mead, I'm going Green Man. We're going to be drinking a bottle of Green Man 2017.
That's
right.
A
little bit later.
And if Room doesn't show up, then it'll just be more for us to drink.
He can sniff the bottle.
That's right. As is he is worth.
Metal, I'm going to go Electric Citizen because I know you're going to probably go All Them Witches.
I'm going All Them Witches.
Just so that way we have a diversion there. Fights. Go back and watch John Jones kicking fucking Daniel Cormier's ass last time out.
Go back and watch John Jones fight Alexander Gustafsson and ask yourself truly if he won that fight or not. I'm still on the fence after all this time.
I don't know. You get the champ bump. Yep. I think Gustafsson won, but only slightly, so therefore you get the champ bump.
Yeah, just like GSP and Hendricks. Hendricks beat GSP.
Oh, yeah.
GSP won.
Oh, absolutely. He ran away and hid. And Hendricks was so pissed, he went out and ate 15 cheeseburgers or something like that.
And always when in doubt, go with Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell is always a good one to put on, but you got to get Fight Pass. Do we know what they're doing with that now that they're going to be crossing over to fucking ESPN kind of shit? Because Fight Pass is supposed to be impacted.
Fight Pass might be cheaper now, but most of the live content and shit is going to be on the ESPN app.
Well, you lost me. All right.
It's been a good run.
Christ almighty. Anyway, well, I'll pay attention to the big shit, right?
Yep.
I'll be your Bellator guy. I'll watch all the Bellator shit.
I was going to fit something about Fortnite in for this podcast before the hour ran out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Fortnite
by the way.
sucks a bunch of cock.
If you play Fortnite, you fucking need to grow up, you fucking child.
That's right. God damn it. Fortnite is for housewives and little girls.
Want to make sure we can hashtag get the Fortnite crowd. You know,
right. I'm going to see if we can get a thumb down or two.
We're going to get fucking 50 thumbs down
because they will have had to have listened all the way to the end.
That's true.
And if you made it here, Fortnite fans, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for playing along. Go fuck yourself.
Let's get that music up. We'll see y'all next Friday.